Okay, that was an experiment, wasn't it? Now, how do I get off of this thing? Oh, there it is. Whew. Little tiny mini Moog on my iPhone. So, hello, folks. How are you? It's Saturday night, as usual. I am Bill. You're watching Bill's Box of Sound. This is our Saturday night live stream, which happens every Saturday night, just about at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And I'm glad that you have all stopped by. Let's see who is in the chat room this evening. We got Thump Finger right off the start, coming in hard. We got Greg R. Good to see you. We got Mr. John Fradley in the house. And I'm sure that we will have many other of our fine esteemed friends joining us as we go along. Man, this has been a nutty week. If you're, well, just about any place, lots of other places all over the country, all over the world, having extreme heat. I mean, it was 90 degrees today. It's going to be, I think, 91 or 92 tomorrow. And this is in Cleveland, Ohio. This usually just does not happen. So, yeah, it is global warming. Can't deny it anymore. Climate change, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not going to get political here. Anyway, good evening, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Good to see you. So, what's been going on this week? Well, I got a list of stuff that I could talk about. So, let's take a look at this. One thing I noticed this week was the fact that Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab has announced that they are putting out a one-step version of Stevie Nicks' album Belladonna, which is odd because just about a month or three ago, Rhino Hi-Fi put out their own Kevin Graymaster direct from analog tape, their version of Belladonna. So, how many different versions of one album on Hi-Fi do you want? I mean, This has got to really tick off the Stevie Nicks fans. I mean, how many copies of one album are you going to buy in a year's time? This is ridiculous. And I mean, what about her other big selling albums like Wild Heart or The Other Side of the Mirror? You know, I'm sure Stevie Nicks fans would gladly jump into that pool and pick that up. But no, 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 no. And well, what have I been doing all week? Well, first of all, one thing that we have to do right now, because we got to get this established, all right? It's not going to be until we can put the cup of glass here, point the microphone at it, so we can add to the ASMR, open the old can of diet soda, and pour it in here nice and slow. Oh, yeah. Whew, that's way up there. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, it's been a freaky week. And one thing that I have been doing all week long is listening to this thing right here. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, One Size Fits All. The boxed set, the 50th anniversary celebration boxed set, which is absolutely wonderful. I am in the midst of completing the writing and doing the taping for my video, which is the review of this box, which is 5 discs of material. It's really good. If you want to get this now, the only way you can get it currently is to go on the Zappa.com merch store or udiscover.com and order this and have it shipped to you right away, because this shipped out around August 1st. I got it around August 4th or so, and I've been listening to it ever since. Um, as well as you. Hey Vince, how you doing? And hello Charlie, good to see you as well. What's up? Anyway, so yeah, I've been listening to this a lot. I've listened to this entire thing at least twice. Been making all sorts of notes about it, and then I have to shoot this video and edit it, and you will see it very, very soon on my channel. But needless to say, if you're a Zappa fan, you're gonna love it. So that's about that. Um, Not much in new records this week. I'll get to those in a little bit, but I want to talk about some more music and vinyl news. One thing. Oh yeah, that's nice. One thing that happened. Pardon me. There was an announcement from the record pressing plant that is in Cleveland, Ohio, which is Gotta Groove Records. They have announced that they are doing a joint venture with Sonopress of Europe, and they are going to be pressing in the US the Eco records. Now, what are Eco records? Let's see. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this out, because I think I've got an example close by here. So I pulled it out a couple weeks ago to show you folks. And there it is. Okay. The Eco record is a record that's made totally out of the same type of plastic that they make plastic bottles with. But as a matter of fact, it's all recycled plastic. And it's not like the recycled vinyl that you've been seeing nowadays. The eco record made out of plastic is used with injection molding. And the mastering for the record is done the old-fashioned way on a lathe, but you don't press the records with the standard put a stamper here, put a stamper here, and then you take a puck and put it down there and press the whole thing and then flash that out. Okay, you don't do it with a press, you do it with injection molding. And I have yet to give my final verdict on this because I've only heard one record that is made this way, and that's the new Coldplay album, which is called Moon Music, and it's a pink vinyl record, and it looks like this. I've showed this a couple of times. Like I said, this is injection molded, and this record is so freaking flat. I don't know how it could possibly warp. It's amazing. Plus, the grooves on here, when there's no music, it's completely silent. I want to hear more of these. I pre-ordered the repress of the Coldplay's "A Rush of Blood to the Head." I hope that more diverse records are put out this way, so that I can pick them up and listen to them and see how they are. But yeah, this is made out of plastic bottles, and as far as I can tell, it's a good thing because a lot of people are saying, "Oh my God, recycled stuff to make records out of, that's going to be horrible. It's going to be noisy." Well, if this is any clue, that's not the case at all. This is that's that's a little free thing that's inside the album. But yeah, as far as I can tell, that is one clean sounding record, and I can't wait until some of that stuff. I mean, it makes me excited. I want to press another album. I mean, you all know about my album already, don't you? Let me pull it out. Let me just whip this out here. Now, come on. I know I got 3 copies in this pile here. Pull it out, Bill. Pull it out. Where's the Spudlock record, for heaven's sake? Oh, we're having a wonderful day. Here we go. The Spudlock album called Meh, which you can get on Bandcamp. Anyway, so I'd love to put out another album, and I'd love to have it on a sustaining type of thing that will not ruin the environment. Hey, Michael P. Dawson, what's going on? Let's see. It says injection molding was used in the past for 45s using styrene rather than vinyl. Those did not sound great, but it was because of the was it because of the process or the material? That is a great question and a great point. That's why I am not yet giving my full my full evaluation on this, but I gotta say that Coldplay disc is as flat can be, and the quiet parts are as quiet can be. I don't know what the factors are on the wear after numerous plays or what. Just trying to figure out. Anyway, more questions from the chat. Greg says, are you including a comparison of the new vinyl cut to the previous remaster in your review? Yes, because I did purchase the new 2 record set version of One Size Fits All, which has disc one is the brand new recut of this thing from the original analog tape by Chris Bellman, and the second album is excerpts the um, from the extra cuts that are in the box set. And I'm not going to say anything about it right now because I will give my evaluation and put that in my review. It's probably going to be coming out tomorrow or at the very latest Monday. So yeah, that'll be exciting. And let's see here. Okay, covered everything. Hello, Beer and Vinyl. Good to see you. All right. Other things going on. There's been the announcement of the Chess Blues reissues coming from Analog Productions with titles from Muddy Waters, Little Walter, and Howlin' Wolf and Etta James. Very excited about that because there have been a few represses on Analog Productions from the Argo catalog, most notably the Ahmad Jamal, but not for me, live at the Pershing. Great album, and their reissue of it sounds fantastic. So very interesting. Very funny, Johnny. All right, let's put future comments up on the screen. Anyway, other things. If you listen to podcasts and you dig people talking about records, check out the last few episodes of the Vinyl Guide. He talks to Matt Pinfield, who used to be on 120 Minutes on MTV. He suffered a stroke earlier this year, but he's back and he's stronger than ever. And man, I love hearing him talk about records. And there was also an episode that just premiered, I think it was last week or the week before that, of Nick Aguilar of the band Frankie and the Witchfingers, whom I had never heard of. And I went to their website, checked out a couple of things. Very exciting. So what did I do? I went to Amazon and bought the black vinyl version of their brand new album, Trash Classic. This is their 8th album. I never heard of this band. They're like indie punk with a little bit of technological stuff involved. And they are deeply into vinyl. You go on their website, Frankie and the Witchfingers, or fatwf.com, and they got all sorts of cool things. They've got different vinyl variants all over the world with different artwork and different colors for Australia, for the UK. You can buy it straight from their website. You can buy it on Bandcamp. Very, very cool. But this is how the record comes packaged. Hello, Modern Clicks Matt. Hey, nice to see you. Good. Anyway, this is how the record comes. It comes in a plastic bag, a black plastic bag, sealed on the back. It's not resealable. You can't pull this open without destroying it. So I just cut it at the top. And it's got the stickers here. And it's got a little barcode sticker there. I've only seen 2 other records in my lifetime come out with dark shrink wrap or a bag like this. No, I'm sorry. There's 3. Yeah. First one was Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. That came out with very, very dark blue shrink wrap. And let's see, then there was Roxy Music Country Life, which had that suggestive cover with the 2 girls that were in their underwear. And you could see a bit more than just their underwear. Anyway, they would put that out with dark shrink wrap on the front. and you would be able to read the back. And then the third one that I've seen like that is record by Big Black called Headache. The cover was in a very thick plastic bag that you had to get some serious cutting stuff and cut along the edge to open that up. And when you did open it up, the cover art was disturbing to say the least. It was like an axe murder victim or a sledgehammer victim. I guess these pictures had been obtained from a police department or something like that. And wow, it was disturbing. I don't have a copy of it, but I saw it when somebody bought a copy. Let's see. Hello, Paul. What's up? Good to see you. He says, whoa, got my one size fits all. Also been on a huge deep dive of Tangerine Dream's discography and revisiting my old albums of theirs. Very nice. He also says, I know you live in Ohio, but know of any good record stores in Indiana? I'm going there next summer for my grad school commencement. Oh, well, congratulations. Not off the top of my head. I don't know of any Indiana stores. There used to be a store in Louisville called Ear Ecstasy, but it's closed now. Let's see, was there another one? No, I don't remember any other. Oh wait, there is one one in Louisville that's really good. As a matter of fact, Bob Bradley talks about it on his channel, but I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, you are correct, Vince. And hello. Dirty Work by the Stones was another one in dull red shrink wrap. And Michael P. Dawson says that was appropriate because it was kind of a dull album. Yeah, it wasn't their best. Had some good cuts on it, but yeah, just wasn't that great of a record. So that is interesting stuff there. Also, I may have announced that this is going to happen, but the album's out now. The Alice Cooper Band has gotten back together after 50 years, and they put out a new album. And the old Alice Cooper Band, which did the albums, "Pretties for You," "Love It to Death," "Love It to Death," "School's Out," "Muscle of Love," "Billion Dollar Babies," that band. Because after those albums, Alice went solo, and Alice Cooper's been putting out records forever. But the original guys, Dennis Dunaway, Neil Smith, forget the other dude's name, but one of the reasons I will never forget Neil Smith is because I met him at a horror show convention in Cleveland, and I got his business card because when he wasn't in the Alice Cooper Band, he had a career as a realtor. Here you go. Neil A. Smith, realtor. The drummer from the Alice Cooper Band. And I bought a pair of drumsticks from him, and he autographed them. See, hey, Bill, Neil Smith. So that's really cool. There's also a guitar solo from Glenn Buxton on the album, but he passed away before they made this record. So I was really, really skeptical of this record. So I checked it out on Spotify and listened to it, and I was surprised. The new tunes are good, and the band plays in the spirit of the old Alice Cooper band. It doesn't sound like it's completely different. Alice, his voice is in great shape. He sounds better than he's sounded for years. I remember that a friend of mine who is a big Alice Cooper fan, hey James, if you're out there, um, he um, he saw and I saw as well. There was this redoing of the musical Jesus Christ Superstar on live TV, and it had all sorts of guest stars. And Alice Cooper did King Herod's song, and he played King Herod. He came out and sang that, and he was horrible. Uh, his voice was roached. So we were kind of writing off Alice at that point in time. But this new album called The Revenge of Alice Cooper, it's a 2-record set. I haven't picked it up yet, but it sounds pretty darn good. The composition and the playing and just the spirit of the band uh, excites me the same way that the old Alice Cooper albums used to. So very happy about this. And let's see, Charlie says Tedeschi Trucks is coming out with Mad Dogs and Englishmen if anyone is interested. What, they're going to cover that entire album? I will have to look into that and check that out. So, very interesting. So, what other new records did I get this week? Oh, I picked up a couple of used records. I don't know if anybody's interested. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a duplicate. I already have a copy of this, so I'm probably going to compare this to the version I already have, and give the copy that's not the best to somebody. This is Eddie Harris and Les McCann's Second Movement. This was a sequel to their big hit Swiss Movement on Atlantic Records, which is really good. And this is not a bad album either. But Les McCann mostly sings on this album instead of playing keyboards. And that is. This came out in what, 74 or 75? Oh, I'm sorry. This came out in 1971. And that smells like somebody's basement. Gonna have to get a dryer sheet and put it in there. I found what I believe is the first album by the Youngbloods. It's got their hit "Get Together" on it. Going to be very interesting and interested in listening to this record because it uses the Dynagroove process. This was supposed to be a special process of cutting the record to enhance the sound. And from what I've read over the years, it was not successful at all. It was terrible. And then, I don't know if anybody's heard this one. Anybody ever seen this record before? This is Rassafrana by the Electric Love Muffin. Never heard these guys, but it looks interesting. So I'll have to try it out. Hey, Jim from Record Collector News. What's up, dude? He says, love Alice. I successfully graduated from junior high and 2 weeks later snuck into the Hollywood Bowl and saw Alice do Schools Out. It was a spiritual event. I'll betcha. Yeah, the year after Schools Out was released, I graduated from high school and I blew up a set of speakers. And I came home, I put Schools Out on the turntable, cranked that sucker up, and smoke was coming out of the speakers. I had to get those speakers repaired. Oh, what can I say? And let's see. Oh, same as they did with Layla, full album redo. Oh, that's interesting. Redoing an entire album. Okay. Well, I will have to look into that. That's the Tedeschi Trucks band with Susan Tedeschi and uh, um, Derek Trucks. I was about to say Butch Trucks, but no, that was his uncle. Very cool. You have to check that out. Ah, yes. So what other stuff is going on? So okay, I got that Young Bloods album, got the Electric Love Muffin, and last but not least, I picked up this album here because I didn't have it, never had it before, and it is the Till Tuesday album. It's called Voices Carry, named after their hit. And one of the reasons why I picked this up because not only because I didn't have it already, but I do have a very rare record with Amy Mann and her original band, the Young Snakes. Huh? Huh? Check it out. This is an EP. It's got 5 songs on it, and the band is Amy Mann on vocals and bass, Douglas Vargas on guitar and vocals, and Michael Evans on drums. Now, are any of these guys in Till Tuesday? I don't know because this record did not come with an inner sleeve. It's just the record by itself, but it looks pretty good. Doesn't look like it was too abused. I will have to do some research on that. But this record here, Bark Along with the Young Snakes, is pretty valuable because it was a very early Amy Mann, and it's long out of print. You can't get it. Let's see what's going on here. Jim says, let's see. Vince says, I blew up a pair of 901s by blasting Black Sabbath Paranoid. Nice. Yeah, it was a glory death for those nasty speakers. Yes, I know. All highs, right? No highs, no lows, must be bows. That was the thing. Yeah, they were supposed to be the best sounding speakers in the world, but they didn't sound that good. Let's see, Dan B. Hey, good to see you. Going to see Tedeschi Trucks and Warren Haynes in a month. Nice. And Michael Peter Dawson says, trivia note, that is not a snake on the cover. Yes, but it's a rather charming little animal, isn't it? Yeah, that's not a snake, that's a tail. Mew. No, the band are the Young Snakes. Dude, you just gotta figure it out, you know? All right. Other stuff. And that's it. I did listen. I did start to listen to this record, this Turtles album, which I showed you last week. And what's really weird is that the equalization is this album sounds horrible. If you've got an equalizer, there's all sorts of EQ that you can do to it. Don't do anything with the highs, but crank up the lows and the mids, and this album will sound a heck of a lot better. Because this album is just, it sounds like they did not follow the RIAA curve when they made this record. So I'm glad I got it, but man, the equalization is all messed up. The last album that I listened to that was that messed up equalization wise, and a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this, is Bruce Springsteen's The River. That album sounds like it was recorded with 2 plastic microphones in a corner of a abandoned studio. Is just poorly done. But if you sit there and you've got a multi-band equalizer and you play around with it long enough, you can get it to sound okay. Let's see. All right. Well, I would like to have a shout out to a company, and mostly because I am a customer of theirs. Now, last week I was wearing a shirt, and a lot of people were talking about it. Let me see if I can pull up the picture of that shirt. Yeah, here it is. Okay, this picture right here of Tripp and Underwood and Mann, the three main percussionists in the Frank Zappa band, and also you can see the license plate of my car. It says vinyl LP. Anyway, that's a cool shirt. I had it custom made, and I got it through a company called WRDMRK, which I think means word market. I'm going to show them here. This is not a paid advertisement, but let's see. Hold on a second here. Here we go. No, no, no. Remove. There we go. Now what's going on? Here we go. Okay, let's show this stuff. Uh, this company makes custom t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, mugs, all sorts of fun stuff. Um, and they make the ampersand shirts just like that one that I made for the Zappa percussionists. So you can get all sorts of stuff made. You can personalize stuff with the ampersand for somebody's birthday, for your city. Um, Anything you get, you can get curved script on there, some dad stuff, funny stuff, mom stuff, positive stuff, sports stuff. They also sell hats. You can get hats and come on, folks, show me the hats. Show me the hats. Hmm. Okay, there we go. Custom script hats, year hats, a hat that says hat, a hat that says cap, the letter truckers, all sorts of stuff. Positive vibes, girl dad. Let's see what else they got. They've also got hoodies. They've got a website that is slow to load, and they've also got mugs. Let's see what kind of mugs they got. Let's see. Oh, wow, you can get ampersand mugs in cases of emergency. I heart. Awesome X. This is what awesome something looks like. The man, the myth, the legend. You're doing great. Pretty cool. Yeah, nice. So, yeah, I bought my shirt from this company, and this is not a paid advertisement, but I was very happy with the results and the speed in which they sent the stuff to me. So I thought that I just might as well pick it up and talk about it on the show. Come on. Yeah, this is loading very slowly. Come on. T-shirts, please. T-shirts. 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 Well, anyway. And also, they do have 10% off coupons for those. But check out that's Wordmark. There you go. Oh, teas. Here we go. Let's tease you with some teas quickly. And then we'll get back to the thrilling show. Here we go. Custom curved text, one word t-shirts, the ampersand shirts, Brooklyn, 5 boroughs, city and state, favorite son, I heart, pool boy. Let's see, Los Angeles, Oakland, Bay Area, G Money, custom Disney front. You can do a vote for Pedro type shirt. Only you can do it for yourself. Eat, sleep, repeats, all sorts of things. custom t-shirts. That's WRDMRK. All right, enough of that. I'm going to get off of that. No more advertising here. Let's see. Modern Clicksmat says, are you still playing drums? Well, I could. I can still play drums. But and I've still got my drums. I just haven't had the opportunity to play drums. Plus, things that have been going on in my life have kept me from being able to be in a band because it takes away from some very important duties that I have to do here at the house. Charlie says he wishes that they would reissue the Tubes and Alex Harvey on vinyl. Me too, but I've got first pressings on a lot of those things. Those are cool. Yeah, that's that. All right. Oh, we're 41 minutes. I told you I didn't have much to talk about this week. Anybody else got anything interesting? Any questions before I start pulling random records? So I'll pull a random record from here. Ugh. All right, I'm not going to play that one. So here we are. Yeah, that's a good random pull. Nine Inch Nails. The Fragile Deviations. This is a 4 record set, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, we got records 1 and 2 here. And we got 3 and 4 right here. This is a 4 record set of instrumental versions of songs from Nine Inch Nails' album, The Fragile. This is massively cool. And when you buy it direct from Nine Inch Nails, they give you high def download codes. So they're right here. Let's see. This record was compiled and arranged by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross in Los Angeles, 2016. All music is from the original Fragile sessions in New Orleans. Pressed on 180-gram vinyl, 2017, da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. More talk of the Tubes, eh? You found a vintage copy of the Tubes' first one and of Trash, which stands for Tubes, Rarities, and Smash Hits. Yeah, I've got that. As a matter of fact, I've got it within arm's reach. Hang on. All my Tubes records. All right. Well, why don't I just pull them out right now? Because I think I've done this before. They're right next to my Stanley Turrentine records. The entire Tubes catalog. Pretty much all first pressings, some of them promos. The very first Tubes album. The one with What Do You Want From Life? White Punks on Dope. The second Tubes album called Young and Rich. Let's see. Which has Tubes World Tour, Slip My Disco, Proud to Be an American, and Don't Touch Me There. Great record. Oh, Charlie saw Nine Inch Nails at the Fantasy in Lakewood. Not very crowded. Well, back then, no. Scotty, good to see you, man. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Vince says he has 130 out of 131 Zappa releases. You don't have quadrophiliac. Wow. Yeah, that's a hard one to get. All right. This is an interesting 12-inch single of the Tubes that I got at a record show. On side 1, it's got White Punks on Dope. And side 2 is Don't Touch Me There and What Do You Want From Life? And let's see, is this cut at 45 RPM? Let's see. Yeah, These are cut at 45 RPM. So very interesting, good sound on these. Next up, we've got the Tubes Now with a water damaged cover. This survived the flood that I had. They got all sorts of little mold down here that I had to scrub off. But this is a great record, and guest harmonica and saxophone on this album from the one, the only Don Van Vliet, yes, Captain Beefheart, who is also on One Size Fits All. He's on that. Let's see. We've also got their live album, What Do You Want From Live? I like this album a lot. And it's got a nice flow to it where the sides just go from one to the other. And if you take the whole album and edit it together, you experience an entire live tube show. Although I'm sure that there are overdubs on this album, maybe multiple things. Let's see if it says when it was recorded. Let's see. Oh, recorded at Hammersmith Odeon, London, November 1977. So, hey, this could all be from one show. We don't know for sure. Cool. So, yeah, What Do You Want From Live by the Tubes. It has a couple of great songs like Show Me a Reason and Got Yourself a Deal. Love those songs. They weren't on any other album. Here's a hit for them. Remote Control with Prime Time by the Tubes. And I love this. The whole band in the Hollywood Squares set, the original one. Hey, by the way, has anybody seen that new Hollywood Squares? Wait, no, not Hollywood Squares, Match Game with Martin Short on it. I wonder how good or bad that is. All right, so then they changed record labels and they went to Capitol and put out The Completion Backwards Principle and actually had a couple of cool hits. Oh yeah, they did have one hell of a stage show, Charlie. And I saw them several times. I saw them do Rock and Roll Hospital, where he was chasing the guy up and down the aisles of the Allen Theater in Cleveland with the fake chainsaw. It was great. I got to see White Punks on Dope with the fake Marshall stacks, and then for the second part of the song, all the Marshall stacks fall down on stage. That was really cool. The Tubes did put out a great stage show. Next up, we've got Outside Inside with the die cut cover by the Tubes. Yeah, check it out. Die cut cover. And She's a Beauty was the hit off of this one. And let's see. Last but not least, as far as how I'm concerned, the Tubes are Love Bomb, another album produced by Todd Rundgren. No hits on this, but it's a really weird record. That's why I like it so much. And of course, like you were speaking before, Trash, Tubes, Rarities, and Smash Hits, which contains, let's see, Drive All Night, What Do You Want From Life, Turn Me On, oh, a great tune, Slip My Disco, Don't Touch Me There, Mondo Bondage, Love Will Keep Us Together, White Punks on Dope, Prime Time, I'm Just a Mess, and Only the Strong Survive, a great Bill Spooner tune. So, yep, there it is. The Tubes. You know what? I think that's the second time I've shown that discography on this live stream. Don't know why. I just have. But I do need more Diet Coke. All right. Some of you people every once in a while ask about my grandson Roman, who used to show up on this show. I'm excited because him and his mom are going on vacation to da 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 New York. So I'm very excited for them. They're going to be taking an Amtrak train out there and spend some time out there and then come back and tell us all about it. That is very cool. Oh boy, 9 minutes left. You remember the Dancing 714s? Okay. Anything else new in this wacky mess? No, that's about it, really. So, one more random record. I'm going to go over there to that top one, and I'm going to pull a record. Shall I go with one or two? One or two? It's like a trip to the eye doctor. One or two? Anybody? Let's see. Well, Vince. Aha! Scotty Strickland says two. So not one, but two. I'll be picking something out from that one there. So the one farthest out. Let's see. We're going to do, let's see, one or two. Right. This was one. This was two. So I'm going to pick something from there. I might as well turn so I'm facing, and so I can go out this one. I'm going to do a little bit like Mikey from what Grown Man Record Night does. And I'll pull out the record next to it so I don't have to re-alphabetize. Let's see. This is a recent record. I've only listened to this once. This is a record store day thing. Forget what year did this come out? This came out in 2022. This is Linda Hoover and her album, I Mean to Shine. This is a pop rock record that came out for Record Store Day. And it says the lost 1970s masterpiece is unearthed. It's backed by members of Steely Dan and produced by Gary Katz on the Omnivore label. Songs written by Walter Becker and Donald Fagen, Stephen Stills, Richard Manuel, and more. Let's see, does it have a custom inner to it? There's Linda again on the back of there. So yeah, there's a custom sleeve. And let's see. Linda Hoover sings, and it's got Walter Becker and Donald Fagen on arrangements, Walter Becker on bass and electric guitar, Donald Fagen on keyboards, Denny Diaz on acoustic guitar, additional arranging, Jeff Scott Baxter's in here, John DiCipolo on drums, Eric Weisberg of Eric Weisberg and Deliverance fame. He's on he's on acoustic guitar. Jerome Richardson on saxophone, and members of the Dick Cavett Orchestra are playing strings, brass, and woodwinds. So that is that. And from what I remember, I wasn't too thrilled with this record, but there are a couple of songs that were penned by Donald and Walter of Steely Dan. Let's see. I Mean to Shine, Take My Friend Away, The Roaring of the Lamb, Roll Back the Morning, Jones. So almost all the songs on side one were written by Becker and Fagen. And let's see, there's a song. Oh, she does Stephen Stills' song 4 and 20 4 and 20 years ago. This is on the Omnivore record label. Yes. So I don't know if this is still available. I'm surprised they didn't put this out in a colored vinyl variant. It's black. Black as can be. So I'll put that out. Let's see. So, all right. So we had 3 people say 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to count 6 cubes, and I'm going to grab something from cube number 6, since the 3 2s add up to 6. And we're going to do one more random record. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one right there, I'm going to close my eyes and grab a random record and pull it out. And here we are. Mosaic by Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of Art Blakey records. This is the version of the band that had Freddie Hubbard on trumpet. Most of the ones that I have with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, I have Lee Morgan on trumpet. And then there's some early stuff that has Clifford Brown, some live stuff. But Freddie Hubbard plays trumpet. Curtis Fuller on trombone, which means that this is a 6-piece band instead of a 5-piece. Wayne Shorter on tenor sax. Love Wayne Shorter. Cedar Walton on piano. Jimmy Merritt on bass. And Art Blakey on drums. And this is a 1998 reissue of Mosaic. So while this is on heavy vinyl, it's not a let's see what's going. It is not a Van Gelder cut. It's how it has been cut by Ron McMaster at Capitol. So there you go. I don't know if this has been reissued as a Tone Poet or a classic series or anything like that. But this is good stuff by Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Another thing that I've been doing, real quick record tip for you, then I got to get out of here. I'm going to pull some records here. And let's see. Just got to find one like this. Aha! Found it. Okay. Here's a record. Love You to Bits by No Man, which is a duo of Steven Wilson and Bonus. What is his name? Okay, well, anyway, so late for a while there, what I was doing, Tim Boness, that's it, Tim Boness. I was putting my records inside of these plastic sleeves, and then I was taking the record out and putting it on the back. Okay. Now, I've got a lot of records, and I'm starting to run out of room. So I heard someplace, I forget where I read it, that doing this to your records actually makes them thicker. Why? Because, listen here, dummy. This is a record sleeve. It was constructed for the sole purpose of holding a record. It's a box, a very thin box. And putting this on top of this is going to be thicker than putting it inside of your sleeve. And I've got hundreds of records that are like that with the record behind the sleeve. I'm running out of room and I'm thinking, man, I got to buy more shells. But no, I'm just going through, I'm putting the records back in the sleeves, and then sticking them back in my nice clean outer sleeves, which don't add thickness. And no, it doesn't cause ring wear. If you've got your records in a plastic bag like this, you're not going to get ring wear, okay? Ring wear comes from a record that doesn't have any plastic on the outside of it, going in and out of this of the shelf. You know, you take those records, put them in and out of the shelf, 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 and it's going to start getting ring wear like up here and down here. And oh yeah, look at this, all around here. But if you put these in plastic bags, you will not have that problem. All right, well, listen, I've just talked myself into oblivion for an hour. I got more stuff that I got to do. And I really appreciate all of you stopping by. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. Oh, I am less than 10 people away from 6,000 subscribers. Let me just double check here. I am currently at 5,998 subscribers on YouTube. I'm only 2 away. So, folks, if you are not subscribed, do it now. Let's hit 6,000 subscribers tonight, okay? That'll be so cool. I picked one. Sorry about that, Scotty. Anyway, so stay tuned for your local news, except on the West Coast. I'm going to be back next week. Thank you all for stopping by. I really do appreciate these talks that we have, and just going back and forth with you. I'll be publishing my review of the One Size Fits All 50th anniversary box in just a day or two. Also, I will be I'm scheduled to be on a live stream at 12 noon Friday, August the 15th. August the 15th, I will be at 12 noon on a live stream on Ian Beabout's channel. And I'm probably going to make a short video that pushes that. And we're going to be talking about the One Size Fits All thing. Also, I'll be talking to the Zappacast guys. Hopefully there's going to be a brand new Zappacast soon. I'm not completely sure what it's about. I know it's not going to be another deep dish on the One Size Fits All, but I know that we'll be talking about the One Size Fits All in some way or the other. But yeah, go listen to that Alice Cooper album. If you like it, go buy it, because I was so surprised. It's good. It's good. All right, folks. I'm gonna improvise some weird stuff on the synthesizer, and have yourselves a great week. Here we go.